Just gonna double check audio is all good. All right, then, everybody, welcome to BRL Season 14, Round 8 here at Brazil. So, quite overcast at the minute, and we've got 13 drivers ready to tackle this circuit. It's one of the shortest in terms of lap time on the calendar, I think only being beaten by Austria, if my memory is correct. But right now, we're not too focused on lap times at the minute. We'll be focusing on that more at the end of the session. But right now, we're focusing on these drivers. I can show the standings. Rose leads by 15 points to Wolfie in the standings with just 3 rounds left. And right now, there might be a bit more movement near the back of this standings. Well, I mean, the back of the standings right now is anywhere from P3 down this rate. Blackburn on 96 points. Next highest is Wolfie on 162. Those two have absolutely dominated Rose and Wolfie this season. But yeah, one has been just that little more consistent here. Rose ahead of Wolfie by 15 points. Yeah, we could be seeing some changes here. Bluebird, unfortunately, not able to race. Other people, for example, as well. Good lord, I can't think of any examples after said that. Duncan Rod, Ben JSJB, some of these guys. We have got a few faces in here you might not recognise. Specifically D-Kit and S. Graham over here. Both of these two are new to our server. D-Kit actually joined a couple of weeks ago, but unfortunately him just wasn't really able to get anything going for him. But yeah, let's see how these two do. Obviously, we're not expecting anything insane, you know. I mean, we've got to be a little bit, we've got to not put too much pressure on some of these guys. But yeah, anyway, just saw Basbury's go through the centre S there, and let's just ride on board with him now through turn 3. Hopefully he's not going to get blocked by the Sauber Wolfie there, but he might get a little bit dirty here into turn 4, I'm not too sure. But Basbrains looks to navigate that pretty decently, and an alright first sector. However, Unai Emery, which is Alex if you don't know, is probably be taking that one back for him. Wolfie does need to sort of realise it, that the Basbrains is on a lap. I think he's realised last second. Love to wait and see if Basbrains will be a little bit annoyed about that one, but I don't think he will be. He seems to be on a decent lap in a minute, and a banker lap is what he needs. It's quite unlikely we'll see some people invalidate on their laps. I could maybe see it exit turn 4 and the exit of turn 2. I could see people definitely going a little bit too wide or cutting the curb a little bit too much. Either or, I definitely think both of them are possible, but we'll just have to wait and see if or when that happens to any driver that we have. That's brings across the line, a 109.0. I was going to say, it was supposed to be 14. I was wondering what was going on. No, Arbnor has not got another invite in. He did have an invite, but now, yeah, I need to quickly get him back in wherever he is on my friends list. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, Arbnor, mate. Sorry about that. But yeah, interesting enough in a minute. Alex here with the worst time on the board. Not something to really say often about him, but I definitely can see that he's going for another lap right now. And meanwhile, though, D-Kit's not too far away actually from Baz Brains on his first outing. S. Graham also looking pretty competitive here with Kodoy, so he's not doing too bad so far. Once again for his first outing as well. But right now, Edson is top. 108.6 for him. Kadam actually goes now into P3. There's going to be a nice little cluster, I think, with these guys here. Baz Brains, Kadam, D-Kid. Those guys are looking quite competitive with each other. Hazard as well could maybe be one of them. Jeremy South across the line. He goes 2 tenths clear now of the V-Carb now. And let's see, Wolfie go across the line as well. A 108.1. Kadam saying awful lap. So if an awful lap for him is a 9.1, which definitely put him ahead of Baz Brains, then we'll have to wait and see what he could deliver, because right now that'd be putting him in the top 5. As while we're quickly watching Wolfie, we've just seen Unai Emery of Alex. I keep saying Unai Emery because it's actually the name of the set, but obviously he's not called Unai Emery. That's just his name and the thing. But anyway, yeah, he is our fastest, and has a cross line there. He went 7th as well. So people are getting their first laps in the minute. I think, yeah, maybe the standout one here in a minute is Alex's lap in a minute. Obviously, we've not seen the main person out, which in this championship is Rose, but very worryingly for Wolfie, if he's 4 tenths back off the pole position time, it's not going to be looking too good for him in a minute, especially because it could lead to next race in Las Vegas having a chance of crowning Rose as our drivers' champion season 14. But yeah, so far, there we go. Arpnall's in, so the leader will shuffle a little bit there. So there we go. Is Kodo on his second lap here? I believe he is. Yes, 7 tenths up as well. So he should be getting around that D-kit hazard range if he keeps improving at the rate that he has been. But obviously, he might just stay in that P9 spot. A second is quite a lot to make up on 2 laps, but let's see it. Across the line he goes, and yeah, ahead of D-kits, behind Hazard though. And not by much though. And S. Graham there as well. I think he'll be wanting to try and get a better lap in than that, but if he can't, then once again, it's the first outing. It's all these sort of things that happen, and sometimes when you jump in, they go, oh, you know, Blue League and all that sort of stuff. Not fully knowing the pace, but we don't mind that a minute. Actually, meanwhile, Blackbone, don't think I didn't see that yellow flag, because I think you have to span on your outlap, unless that is just you going very slowly. And actually might be, just trying to let Kadon by there, who I believe is on a valid lap. Yes, he is. I don't think he's going to be going for a lap here, Kodoy. I mean, he's turned on the battery. Let's actually have a look. No, he's put it back to... No, he actually might be going for a lap here, Kadon. I'm not too sure. I can't speak. Kadon, I think he's going for a lap, which I was a little bit surprised with, because he did actually turn off his battery at some point in that lap. But yeah, meanwhile, not so many people out on track right now. Rose will be the one to watch after Kadon and Blackbone here. And Kadon really on that grass for some reason, not too sure why. 10th a bit down. His car is sort of jolting all over the place, so I really hope that's not be a big worry for everybody else. So sit on board with Blackbone. His car seems to be okay from here, but yeah. Meanwhile, Blackbone hasn't validated for his lap, but yeah, he could go again on the same set of tyres. And that's actually something that's quite nice about Brazil. Even if you invalidate your first lap, you can just quickly charge your battery back up again, and you can go again. The minimum fuel here, I think, is 3.5 laps. So, yeah, normally you'd always have a chance of that, better stuff there. That was just me not internet, says Kadon. So, at least at the minute then, his internet's not looking too bad. No rain, apparently, from our Henderson. But obviously, it is on approximate. So, approximate, if you actually don't know in this game, can deliver rain or any sorts of weather, even if it doesn't say initially when going into a race or anything else like that. It sounds really silly, because normally the weather radar should be right, but yeah, sometimes it can actually deliver rain. I think we actually saw that in Australia. Maybe it was this season, I don't know. It might be this season or a season beforehand. But yeah, when the forecast said dry, all of a sudden we saw rain start to fall on the track, and we were like, oh my goodness, it's not been planned for. But yeah, it's something that could take you quite by surprise, and something that might take us by surprise here is Rose's lap, as it looks like there was 2 purples there, but that one went away quickly, so he's not grabbed the purple in the sector on this lap. But let's see if he's got strong enough sectors here and a good enough lap in him to get into the top of the pile. Rose across the line, and he does. He goes 4 tenths clear of Alex there. Wolfie going to try and respond as well. He's 10th a bit up at the minute, and he'll be the next person to go across the line. For his sake, he needs to be in that P2 spot. Let's see. Half a second up. That is going to be good enough at the minute. Let's see. He was very close to hitting the grass on the outside, though, but he needs just that bit more down this straight. I mean, he might be about 2 tenths off, 3 tenths off here. We'll have to wait and look as he crosses the line, unless he's got a lovely final corner in him, and he does improve a little bit further, but yeah, 2 tenths away from Rose still. Other people still on the laps as well. Bad sprains, in fact, going 3.5 tenths quicker at the minute 2, as we're going to see someone else cross the line. I think there's a start a lap there. I don't know by who, but it is by someone. And Bad sprains across the line now, and he goes P5. Nice lap from him. Meanwhile, in the background, Kodoy, I think, has just started a lap. Yep. And S. Graham's going to come to the line now. He gets close as D-Kit, though. 109.7, and Arnold across the line there for a 10.2. Meanwhile, there is absolute chaos going on here. I don't know what is happening with Kadon, but he's managed to break his front wing on the outlap, and our headset actually, I think, has been blocked by Wolfie there. I definitely look like he had some sort of basic action. Our headset was currently 6th fastest, was a couple of tenths up. That has potential to put him in the top of the pile. other than the obvious big three here. So let's see if our middle sector got interrupted a bit. Yeah, definitely lost a couple of tenths, I feel like. I was watching your comms crash into the pit wall. Oh, Kadon. I mean, I'm glad he supports streams that much, but yeah, definitely try and keep an eye on where you're going. And Henson, though, will finish the lap. Obviously, because he can get ahead of Baz Brains with this, so he does get ahead of Baz Brains with this. So, at the very minimum, he gets something good out of it, and has now starting his lap as well. Let's take a cheeky toe off of some of these guys, but Henson decides, you are not doing that. He is definitely not going to give him that toe. Wisman as well, actually, only P8. Obviously, loves doing his little bit of a disqualifying tactic that he likes, but yeah, we'll definitely be seeing, I think, a bit more from him at some point. Graham here also looks to be going for another lap as well on some older tyres, so we'll see if he can improve on that lap too. If he can get ahead of D-Kit, I mean, it's a battle of the new faces here. Let's see, is he up on his time? He is a couple hundreds up, so let's see if Graham could knock D-Kit off that 11th spot. And obviously, they're both ahead of Arnold in a minute, who I think is on another lap too. So he will need to get those few more points for the constructors as well, actually, because I did not talk about the constructors. While we wait for everybody else to finish their laps, let's do this. Just to make sure no one incredibly important is on lap, I think, in a minute. Conaway a couple seconds down. I hate to finish this lap. Yeah, it's just Graham and Arnold in a minute, but obviously we'll keep tabs on Graham too. But yeah, Haas lead by only 8 points to Sauber, and yeah, Graham there, 4 tenths down. He'll probably need to come into the pit lane for a fresh set of tyres. I think he'll be doing that one right now. Yeah, other than that though, Haas lead 8 points to Sauber, and only 15 points back on Sauber are Ferrari. However, they're missing one of their drivers today. Bluebird is not here. However, they still have a couple of races to make it up, and as of right now, I'm not too sure what his lap was going to be, but he showed really nice pace, actually, in the last round. I think he was in the top 6, if I remember correctly, or was definitely around that point. Yeah, only a couple seconds away from that P6 spot, but he only finished P8 in the end. So, yeah, comparing to Rose and Wolfie, who are going solo at the minute in the constructors, neither of their teammates have showed up today. Yeah, we're seeing Ferrari only being carried by Hazard today. We'll have to wait and see if they do better in a minute. Someone actually I need to quickly look at here is Blackbone. And yeah, it looks like he's going pretty quickly on this lap. And also I think he probably wouldn't like it if I just ignored him the whole time. But yeah, I had to say, got impeded cost me like 3 tenths. Yeah, I definitely saw you get impeded by Wolfie there. So we'll have to wait and see just how badly it will affect your qualifying by the end of it, though. But Blackbone goes 5th fastest. If that impeding didn't happen, I would estimate that I had to be up in 4th at the minute. So yeah, we'll have to see. And meanwhile, there is a bit of a interesting thing here. I'm not too sure what's going on, but as long as everybody is a bit safe about it, then I think that's fine. Yeah, meanwhile, though, bounce rates was high from the session there, so I'm not too sure what's happened. But I think he's just retired at the bit lane. I don't think he thinks he's going quicker, which I think is a little silly, because actually, I just noticed, look at the times between both V-Carbs and Baz Brains there. Kodo with the exact same time, in fact, as Baz, and our head's only 142 ahead. I felt like Baz maybe could have done a little bit more this qualifying, but right now the highest we start will be P8, and that is yet to be confirmed as well. We're seeing a Red Bull there come out, I believe, of Unai Emery. There's obviously Arnold there already on a lap. I keep saying Unai Emery, I know, but yeah, I don't think it's really going to rub off on me now, because I keep saying what I see in front of me in terms of these guys. Kano apparently with Purple Middle Sector. I'm not too sure if that is the game, just giving a bit of a troll there, but we'll have to wait and see though as he crosses the line. Will it be an improvement for him? It is an improvement, but it's not enough to get him ahead of Odoy for now. Definitely looked like he was getting a Purple Sector there too, but this might have been wrong. DK actually pushing, interestingly, on the lap still, which I think is a little bit weird. I mean, you can back off, just do one more lap there, and yeah, we'll see. But maybe he wants to go back into the pit lane for that last lap instead. I'm not too sure what his plan is, but if it's that, then that's fair enough. Meanwhile, though, S. Graham will need to get out of the way here of Hazard, as Hazard is catching you up a little bit, probably get a little bit of dirty air too, but yeah, should be getting out of the way here in a second, S. Graham, I hope, but it's not yet. Oh, there we go. Pulls the racing lights very close, actually, in fact. So I think Hazard was taking a little bit of a wider line there, but didn't really get so. Hazard, though, 3.5 tenths up, so probably may have been affected. I'll definitely argue that one, I think, to stewards. But right now, let's see where the lap puts him, because this will be one of the last laps that he does. And then might know he dices a bit late enough. He thinks he can probably do more in this volley, and I don't really blame him. Same with D-Kit. Kadom should be going to the pit lane too, I'd assume. Yes, he does. And Graham now starts his lap. This should be his last lap, unless he's got enough fuel to go again. Armnor as well. This should be one of his last laps too. But we'll have to wait and see. Has a saying, love me some dirty air. So unfortunately for him, yes, he did get impeded. Or at least he definitely felt he got impeded, and I think that is quite true there. Unfortunately, Graham wasn't really in the right line of sight there. And yeah, I mean, either way, though, he's still going on his lap. And he's pretty damn wide there. That might be this lap over. He might need to try and recharge his battery now. And does he back out? I don't know. He might still be green on his time. No, he does. He backs out. So he will need to go again. Probably this exact next lap, unless he was to try and do one more cooling lap and then go from there. I don't know. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what this McLaren does. Meanwhile, though, we've got people starting their laps now. Unai Emery will be the first of the heavy hitters, really, to start their last lap. He's already pushing track limits towards turn one. Really nice braking zone, spotted it good. And let's see now, turn two, just clips it enough, leaves enough space on the outside for him. This is a pretty damn neat sector one. I would not be surprised if this is up on his time or if it's purple. Let's have a look. A 17.0, 2.5 heads up. That says it's purple, and it's not really too surprising. Looks to be a little bit of understeer there, mid-corner, towards turn 4, but now turn 5 is flat out. He's going to be careful of the traffic ahead of him, though, and hopefully for his sake, the traffic gets out of the way. It's pretty close to getting a validation there, but right now he's got to be very careful of all these cars. They get out of the way, 2 of them do at least, and all 3 of them do now. Unai Emery looking pretty damn good on this lap. Really chucks the car in well there, and we're going to now see it through Magulio. It looks to be all flat, looks to be all planted. Unai Emery, 2.5 tenths up still. He hasn't really gained much in that middle sector compared to his first. Let's see, has he got anything more in the tank in terms of straight line speed or battery? Down these final corners, Unai Emery will come across the line. It should be the front row, but is it pole for Unai Emery? It's not. And it's with a sort of a final sector to be very proud of, but it's not enough. Is it enough for Wisman, however, who did get another toe? No, he stays only 4th. Blackbone's starting his lap as well. Jeremy Saff 2. Everyone's on their laps a minute. Our Henson's validated, but he might be able to go again. I'm not too sure. I think Kodoy is going to be improving as well soon. Hazard's also started his lap. D-Kit's on his lap. Graham's on his lap, and there is a part Alpine there of, I believe, Wisman. He's trying to get himself disqualified in this race. Quite obviously there. Unai Emery, that is his final lap. He is done. Rose and Wolfie have got the chance to take that P3, or to take the P2 away from him. Wolfie, a couple hundredths up. Rose's, he can be a couple hundredths up. He's 700ths up. He's going to be improving as well. Wisma there on the racing line, though. Hopefully it's not made anyone really take a base of action. Right, anyway, who's going to come across the line first? It's not Riabdo, at least not on the valid lap. Yeah, he's going to be in the pit lane. I had to retire this session. I don't think he has managed to get what he wants out of this qualifying either. Only P6, which in all fairness wasn't too bad, but I think he definitely would have wanted a bit more than that. Hazard, though, he's going to come across the line now. Can he make up for the faults that he had earlier on? He goes 6th fastest. Blackbone also improves, but he could do anything more. Is he pipped by Jeremy Saff? Who else has come across the line there? D-Kit now. Is he ahead of Kadom? No, he is not. Kodoy now across the line. Would he get ahead of his teammate? I don't know. Oh, no. Okay, right, no, we're good. What was that? Wolfie came across the line, he didn't improve. Rose across the line, he goes fastest. Why did we see that in the middle of all the laps? What was that about? I have no idea, but Kodo did not improve in the end. I had to say he still has not out-qualified Hazard this season. Yeah, and actually, it's some good merit, actually, for Hazard. He's been doing really nice this season, all things considered. Kato as well. Pretty happy with his lap too. He's in P6. Jeremy Saff and Blackbone should be a pretty tasty 4th and 5th for them. But yeah, look at that pole time. Only a couple tenths separate the top 3. This should be a pretty good race. And in all fairness, nothing separates 6th down to 10th. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, Wolfie and D-Kit, unfortunately for Wisburn, getting in the way of his laps as well. Saying, please have your map on large and check your mirrors. So, yeah, I think there was a lot of issues with traffic today. But it's not really affected our title fight too much. Rose, as per really this season, starts a pole position with Alex alongside, but Wolfie in third, he's still got a chance to make sure that he stays in his title fight pretty solidly towards Las Vegas. Jeremy Sapp, though, really qualified from him, though, up in P4, just beats out Blackbone for that top two rows. Well, for the second row spot, you get what I mean. Kadom, actually, interestingly enough, with what I believe is his best qualifying in the season. Let's have a quick look. But yeah, he's in P6. Kadom, your best qualifying season previously was a P7. So he has gone one better. Hazard has not gone better than his best quality best. I think it's third, actually. But he's P7. Our Henson just behind him in 8th. Baz Rage just behind him in P9. And Kodoy exactly behind Baz in P10. D-Kit in P11. Graham in P12. Arnold P13. And Wisburn doing his usual disqualification tactics. Just have a bit of fun in the race for his sake. Well, then, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, some people obviously not really happy with some of the blockings in qualifying, which makes sense. Obviously, you never want to get blocked in the qualifying, but, yeah, it'll be something that people learn, hopefully, by the end. I'd say this will be title charge. He's put a picture of PS3 in the wall at Baku. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see how it goes. But, yeah, we'll have to wait now for the strategies. In all fairness, I don't know the strategies around here too well. I'd assume it'd be hard medium, but I don't know if there's a chance for a two-stop here. I don't think the pit lane's really incredibly long, and usually longer pit lanes mean that you'd really want to try and do a one-stop. I think a two-stop's pretty viable here. But another thing as well, I know they said no rain, but it's still possible. We'll have to wait and see. So far, there's only one car on the hard set of Hazard. Quite expected, in all fairness, but he will be quite close to all the people around him. We'll have to wait and see if that's going to work for him. But we're only going to see in a few moments' time what people's starting tyres are on, what the first lap's going to look like, and who will come out on top for this race. 5 lights are on for everybody. Rosie on pole gets away pretty well there, but Unai Emery is going to try his best to do a good launch. He's not got a good launch. Wolfie maybe thinks about a move down the inside. He doesn't, but he looks to be okay. That is a very, 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 very bad thing there for DK. I don't know what happened there, but it looks like he heads to turn one backwards. He's down to last. Hazard looks like he's kept a position there on hard tyres, and definitely if he was. But look at that though, Alex on the inside of Rose. These two got to be careful not to touch him, especially for Rose's sake. He does not want to be sent back to the bottom of the field. But now, Alex around the outside, Rose on the inside. It's so close between the pair and Wolfie getting the dirty air, really hurting him as well. But Alex now gets ahead. Jeremy Sapp as well, actually went a little bit wide in that corner, but he looks to be okay. Bats Raids, I think, has also span at the back of the field. But yeah, nothing too bad so far. Jeremy Sapp actually had a little look there on the inside of Wolfie. Wolfie actually struggling quite a bit initially here. He was quite on the back of the top two, but now dropping back a little bit into the clutches here in Jeremy Sapp. Let's have to wait and see now how the straight line speed is. Let's quickly look as well. The position changes. Kano, unfortunately, him down two, but Hassel and Henson both jump up one spot. D-Kit as well, having a few more problems down the back of the field. But we're going to cut back to the top guys. Wisburn makes a move on Arbnor. Let's see any moves down towards turn one. Does not look like there will be. Maybe Arbnor will. He's going to have an absolute kamikaze down the inside of Wisburn. Wisburn's half span round there. I don't know if there's going to be any words said about that one. I'm not too sure. But yeah, Wisburn, unfortunately for him, on them hard tyres, I think he was as well. He will need to make up even more positions in this race. As, yeah, unfortunately, for the two hard tyre runners, they've been not fed great, we'll put it that way, in this race. Both had at least some sort of incident early on in this race. And right now, top 8, though, still in a massive DRS strain here. I think maybe the first who could be breaking that is Hazard. I'm not too sure how his pace is going to be on these medium tyres, but right now everyone else at the front sticking quite nice to each other here, but I don't believe it'll be nice enough for a set of moves. But that is a very wide V-Cub there of Kodoy. He might be the first to fall away actually from the DRS strain. It'll be quite close, but let's wait and see as S. Graham there tries his best catch up in this race too. He's used a lot of battery there, and Arbnor will be trying to go back onto his race. Meanwhile, though, Alex in the lead, not doing too badly for himself in a minute. Bit of a lock up there in turn 1. But right now, Rose actually getting a little bit hounded here by Wolfie. Quite polar opposite here of the first lap. Jeremy Saff as well just hangs on to the DRS of the top 3. But yeah, there you go. Look, Hazard as well, actually really struggling here on trying to hold DRS. And our heads now right on the back of him. We're already seeing a little bit of a pace disparity now between everyone, like we did in qualifying. Jeremy Saff dropping back that tiny bit. Hazard also dropping that tiny bit away from Blackburn. So we'll have to see. I think Jeremy Saff and Blackburn will be in their own world. And as for the top 3 as well. But Hazard will be leading what is likely the more important thing for all these midfield runners. The train from P6 downwards. Arnold, though, as well. Unfortunately, him, though, while trying to catch up to said train, he's got a 3-second penalty here. He goes a bit deep, though, and Baz Brains looks to try and get a move done on Arbnor. Is going to be a little bit close here into the turn, but Arbnor looks like he's staying ahead there. It's very close, actually, on these corner exits. So it makes it just a little bit nervy for both drivers, but I think they're all okay. Meanwhile, though, the gap still stays about 5/10 in the lead of this race. Wolfie dropping back a slight bit. Jeremy Saff, the main one, dropping back. And meanwhile, there's a move being made in the background there. Our Henson clear of Hazard now into turn 1. And these two both dropped out of DRS between Jeremy Saff and Blackbone. But there might be a few fighting, a few bits of fighting between those two. We'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, there, Arbnor actually spotted there, has got a bit of damage. Blackbone as well. Looks to clear Jeremy Saff. He is up now into P4. Jeremy Saff will have to deal with a dirty air. He's really not liking it at the minute. And we see him go wide now for the second time. That brings our Henson into that DRS window if he can keep that gap down towards the main straight. We'll have to wait and see, though. But he's already a 10th back on that gap so far. Yeah, other than that, though, right now, Hazard and Kadon getting quite close to each other in a minute. And yeah, I think mainly, right now, Wolfie needs to start picking up the pace a little bit. If he wants to continue in this title fight, he's just maybe going to get DRS down at this straight. Let's have a look now. He looks to have just managed it, but that is way too close to comfort. Meanwhile, look at these two go. DK and Arbnor, and especially Whisper, really trying to find a way by, getting spun by Arbnor literally earlier on. Has not made his patience very good, I assume. And look, he's really going at it. Meanwhile, Baz Brains, he's going at Graham. Graham, he's going to see that position, unfortunately for him. Kadon, though, as well, though, on the inside of Hazard, turns to the outside. He can't make any moves done. Wisburn looks to try and make 2 moves there. D-Kit tries to defend it, goes too deep. He's going to keep his nose in, but it was very close to any sort of contact there. He doesn't make any contact at the end, though. And Kadon as well, actually, is fully past Hazard here, down towards turn 4. He's got nothing to defend with. And now D-Kit and Arbnor, they are now sort of trying to fight in their own world here as Wisburn probably starts scuttling away from them both. And yeah, other than that, Kadon really bridging a train of his own now, in fact, with Hazard in it, and Kodor will be the first one to catch up to that one. Yeah, meanwhile, though, Blackburn, Jeremy Sapp as well, these guys aren't doing too bad now, P4 and P5. I don't think they can really fight for too much more today, but right now, Wolfie may have just sealed his fate here. He is not in that DRS window, and he will need a lot out of his tyres now if he wants to go for this race win, or just even for a higher spot ahead of Rose. Only thing that can stop these two, if that's the case, will be a crash, and we'll have to wait and see if that happens. Meanwhile, Kadon and Hazard, both these two are closing up a little bit to each other, as with Graham and Wisberg. Graham goes quite defensive into the first turn. Wisburn did try to go to the outside there. Meanwhile, Hazard and Kadon. Kadon goes back for a lunge on the inside. And there is a sliding Kadon. I definitely expect to see that one there. But I think that was a little bit too late there for Kadon. He drops to P8. And meanwhile, his teammate there, S. Graham, drops to P12 as Wisburn goes through. Oh, and I actually almost saw a massive slide there. I might have been wrong, but I swear I saw a slide from that McLaren car. But meanwhile, I will be looking at the top 5 right now. Rose looking really good. 100% battery. Alex here has got about 80% to play with, but I don't know if he'll be safe come the end of this straight. The gap's only 4 tenths. Let's see. Can Rose make a move into the first turn? He's gaining a lot here. 3 tenths. It goes down to 2 tenths, but he's a bit too far back for now. Alex has got a pretty decent straight line speed set up on that car, and he looks to be safe here down towards turn 4. He needs to be closer than that if you want to make a move here. Unless you'll save some battery here, I don't know. no, Alex looks to be safer now. And meanwhile, Baz Brains as well. And the hard tyres starting to find a bit more form here. He gets past Kodoy. And other than that, it's looking a little bit more empty here in a minute. Rose does get a little bit closer to Alex here, but obviously the dirty area sector 2 will be a big factor in increasing that gap once again. Meanwhile, Kodoy looks to be getting a bit of a slide on there as these guys down the back of the field, Arbnor, S. Graham, and D-Kit. Obviously, two of these guys having to be their first race. We'll see how they go. But right now, those two have 3 seconds of penalties. Arbnor, unfortunately for him, has 6, and I think from wing damage, unfortunately for him. So we'll have to wait and see how the rest of that race goes. But right now, we're going to look at the fight forward front again. Rose looks like got a slightly better exit here, and Alex doesn't have as much battery to play with. So let's have a look. He turns off the battery. Rose does not. This should be a move for the Hash driver. He's getting closer and closer. He thinks about going down the inside. Arbnor looks to have left the session there as Graham goes wide. He gets a penalty for that. He should be letting D-Kit by there. But no, I thought Arbnor had some issues on the track there, maybe with a crash, but no, he's just been retired, I think, by disconnecting from the session. Unfortunate for him, but hopefully he knows that now from the stream. Hopefully he's watching that one. So we'll give an invite back, but I don't think there'll be too much for him here. And meanwhile, I'm actually getting closer and closer between these guys out front once again. I'll just make sure that Arbnor knows. Unfortunately for him, his car has been retired. We'll just give him the invite back right there. But yeah, other than that though, nothing too much happening in terms of Sector 2. I'm not really too surprised either. You're not likely going to see too many fights here in Sector 2, unfortunately. The dirty air is just far too impactful in this race, and it sucks because 5 Sector 2 would be amazing to see. But yeah, right now it's just mainly at this point of view for Rose. It's really unfortunate, but he might actually still be able to make a move here. As well turn on the batteries, however, Rose still thinks about it, thought about a little jig to the inside there, but he can't really make a move down towards turn 4 because he's not close enough. However, this might be the chance where he shuts me up. He's only a couple of cents back. Let's see it. No, nothing doing for him. And meanwhile, Wisburn is moving a little bit further up in the field here. He gets past Kodoy. And other people here are starting to feel the effects of tyre wear. Kadom mainly, as he'll be the first person since, I believe, Kodoy actually, to get usurped by Baz Brains on the hard tyres. He's got his sights set on Hazard next. Arbnor, unfortunately, him saying he's got wheel disconnection issues. I don't think we'll be seeing him in this lobby at least for today, unfortunately. Bit of a shame for him, but yeah. I guess the main thing for him is that he's not really run out of points. Caden was also at the session. We're going to quickly invite him back to, although I am conscious of the lead of this race, I think he might be having a shift now as we see Rose closer and closer to Alex here. Alex, once again, has got lower battery. Surely we're going to see a move now from Rose. He thinks about a move to the inside. Alex breaks late, but he makes the car stop. That was a lovely picture of that front locking there, but he's managed to get it stopped in time. Alex now has got no battery. Rose's got enough maybe to make a move potentially. Let's have a look. Goes to the outside. Alex was offensive. He just moves further ahead there, Alex. But he gets a bad exit once again. He's not really on the battery now. Rose tries to make a move to the outside. Rose can't make this move to the outside. And meanwhile, Wolfie's probably rubbing his hands a little bit here because while he was probably dropping quite a lot of time with that DRS, this little bit of fight that they're doing is bringing him back just slowly into this race, especially with now very similar battery levels. Caleb and Kodo also having fighting AIs a minute. I'll give him one more invite just to make sure, because we're normally not going to see anything down here. There we go. Hopefully he's got that one, and he should be in soon enough. But yeah, let's have a look now. Rose surely must be able to make this move on Alex soon. He's got a nice overspeed run here. Alex I don't think there's much to defend here. Rose to the inside. He's going to make the move here. Alex tries to break late. They're both side by side now. Hopefully they don't tyre lock it. I mean, the worst thing for their race. But it looks like Rose just makes the move. And now Alex, though, he's maybe saved a bit more battery for this reason. He wanted that repass into turn 4. Let's see. Can he get it? Rose goes defensive. Alex goes around the outside. He proper breaks late. Can he get the car stop? He just can. Brilliant move there from Alex in the end of it. And Wolfie, once again, proper rubbing his hands now. He's now only 1.3 back, and he will continue charging forward if these two keep fighting. And I think that is exactly what's going to happen right now. Meanwhile, Hazard's in the pit lane here. Maybe for a set of hard tyres. I don't know. Yes, it is. So maybe this is already the one-stop coming into play here for Hazard, unless he's going to try that two-stop strategy. I don't know. But yeah, I'd assume this slightly early pit stop here will mean a two-stop, unless he's thinking about the undercut strategy now. We'll have to wait and see. And meanwhile, look at who's getting a little bit closer to the back of these two out in front. This should be a pretty slam dunk move for Rose here. Alex isn't using any battery. Rose will take the lead of this race. But Alex, once again, as if he can keep it side by side the same way he did on the previous lap, he does so, but I don't know if he's going to be able to keep the nose in. He just does. But now he's got the battery. Look at that. He's right on the back of the Haas car. This should be no contest down towards turn 4. But Rose tries to make it one. And now he maybe sees that bit of green in those rearview mirrors and thinks, hold on a minute, I might need to start settling down on my fighting here. And Wolfie will now not be just rubbing his hands. He will be using him to great effect and trying his best to turn that steering wheel as good as he can, because he is up into P3, saving as much battery as he can here. He can be back into DRS, and especially with tyres that probably aren't the best here, he will definitely take this free lap time while he has it here with this DRS. But he's still going to be careful not to fall out of it once again. He should be fine going into this section of track, as long as he doesn't get a bad exit. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's all okay. Rose, he's going to try and use that battery, though, to make a move on Alex. Alex used a little bit there, but once again, I think Alex here, he's just relying on Rose, just turning his battery to none. Once he starts the next lap, Alex goes a little bit deep on the brakes. Sometimes he's going to maybe hit the back of the Haas car there, but unfortunately, for Wolfie's sake at least, there was no contact. And right now, Alex actually has got his battery. He's got the DRS, so maybe there's a late braking move on the cards. There is not this time around. And meanwhile, we now have the top 3. Yeah, back where they started. That's actually the main thing there. And they're quite close to each other once again. Meanwhile, though, Blackbone, Jerry South are sort of once again in their own worlds here. Wisber looks to around the outside of Baz Brains. Baz Brains trying to have none of that, and he's trying to come back at the Alpine, but nothing is really doing there for him, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Hazard is making good progress on the 2 at back here. Kadam and D-Kit, both of these 2 will be trying their best to hold off Hazard as much as they can, but I don't know if it's going to be happening for them. Meanwhile, Rose tried to stretch his legs out there in front, and I think he's done that pretty well here. An 8/10 gap to Alex, and out of DRS here as well, once again, is Wolfie. So he's hanging on by coattails at this rate. And meanwhile, Alex got very close down that straight, but Rose here should have enough battery to defend towards turn 4. Alex got a bad exit too. He'll use a little bit of battery to try and stay with him, but I don't think there'll be any moves here being made from the Red Bull driver. He will stay in that P4 spot. And meanwhile, Wisburn here is now on the back of Henson. There we go. But right now, I think Kadom and Hazard are playing some DRS games here, as Hazard did get by, but we then have a surprise McLaren coming back on the straight line there, and the DRS tells you exactly why it happened. But Hazard here now will probably be looking for that move towards turn 4. Thinks about a move around the outside, actually, turn 3. We see that normally in the wet in real life, but we're not really going to see the dry here, I don't think. Hazard on the outside of Kadom. Will Kadom back out? He tries his best not to. Are they going to be forced off the track? Hazard is forced off the track there. He might have some words about that one too. Let's have a look now down towards turn 6. Hazard going to try and go round the outside of the McLaren. This looks like a lovely move. He can pull this off, and he does pull it off. Lovely move from Hazard. It's only for P11, but right now that is all before the pit stops happen. And meanwhile, these 2 ahead doing incredibly well to hang on to their tyres. Same with Wolfie. And as I'm saying, holding on to tyres and pit lane strategies, there we go. Jerry Savage to the pit lane. Attempts to pull an undercut, I believe, on Blackbone. And meanwhile, we'll see our Henson there get passed by Wisburn, who is on them hard tyres. He's still got a shot at that P4 spot in this race. Don't forget about him. Meanwhile, though, Hazard's already stretched away from Kadom. D-Kit will be his next target here. we'll have to wait and see. And Jeremy Sapp actually as well. But I had to maybe look out here for where Kodoy is on the track here. He doesn't really want to get stuck behind him, and I don't think he will here, as Kodoy, I don't believe is pit yet. No, he is not. So Jeremy Saff, with a pit stop, at least has cleared most of the back marker people at the minute who have not pit. Meanwhile, though, Hazard gets ahead of D-Kit there. D-Kit, unfortunately for him, hasn't stopped in this race, but he will have Kadon to fight with, obviously, once they are done with their strategies. Meanwhile, though, Rose stretched out those tyres even further now. And there you go. Look, I think this is the call for Alex coming to the pit lane. He's just got a DRS, so might as well do it. Wolfie gets a 10-second penalty. That has ruined any little chances of a good race for him, unless a safety car later on in this race. But, yeah, as of right now, that is just unfortunate luck for him. Wisburn then moved to P2, and Baz Brains, in fact, also P3. And in actual fact, obviously, Wisburn, I know he gets spun at the first couple of turns, but Baz Brains has kept pretty nicely to him. In all honesty, Baz Brains is not really running a bad race either. He started P9, he's up in P3 in a minute, and Wisburn obviously qualified, well, started last, and he's up into P2 right now. And meanwhile, I think it was actually, oh yeah, look, Kodoy ghosting actually the end of that chicane there, and his teammate Henson just comes out behind there. It's unfortunate for him because he's on fresh tyres. Just have to wait and see if he can maybe get through as quick as he can here, because he's on them fresher tyres. Looks like Kodoy there, being a nice teammate, let him through. And I think that was completely expected there now. Well, let's see, is Rose into the pit lane? He is in the pit lane. Is he going to speed in the pits? It's quite close, but he looks to be all okay. Now, his main target is, I mean, he was probably around where Baz Brains is compared to where Alex is right now. So anywhere between these two, I think he'd be quite happy with, but he needs to dispose of Baz Brains as soon as possible. Kodo picks a penalty. Wisburn will undoubtedly take the lead here, I'm sure of it. I know Rose will have a better line into the first couple of turns, but he gets his wide a bit, and then it is all no-show for the time gain here. Meanwhile, look at that. I think I might have got that prediction just about right, but Rose really using that battery trying to get ahead of Baz Brains. Baz Brains gets a bit boxed in there, and Alex just couldn't pull off that undercut. And meanwhile, it's a yellow flag, and oh no, Kodoy's a puncture. I was wondering what was going on there. No, Kodoy puncture on 16 lap old, medium tyres. That is really unfortunate, but I think that might be a retirement for the V-carb man there. DK in the pit lane as well. Both of these two actually fighting quite a lot as well, actually, this race. I was not expecting them to fight this much. And actually, something I want to say here, Baz Brains has been... Oh, it's very close, actually. Baz Brains is actually trying to fight Wolfie here in a minute, but Wolfie's not what he needs at the minute. He's obviously got that penalty, and he can't deal with anything like that. And crucially right now, Rose on the undercut lap that Unai Emery tried to go and do has not really been able to clear him. And he, in fact, clears Wisburn right before Unai Emery got a shot at it. And Unai Emery actually made a big mistake into that first corner, probably getting a bit caught out there by Wisburn's braking. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that might look for his race. But right now, the longer he spends behind this Alpine, then the worse it's going to be for this race, and the more that Rose can climb away from these guys. Let's have a quick look now, and yeah, it's a bit of a struggle time now for Alex here. He just wants to try and get past this Alpine ASAP, but when he said the DRS has said, I think he will. He'll probably prefer losing a couple more tenths down here to at least get that benefit of DRS for the next straight. He'll lose a tenth or two so far, probably a little bit more into this next quarter. Yeah, another couple of tenths have been gone, but he's also had a little bit of time there as well to sort out his battery, and you can tell now he is absolutely raring to go. He will use all that battery and power past Wisburn there. Wolfie will also be the next to do so. We'll have to wait and see how he goes on his lap. Wolfie as well, actually, doing all right here so far on his undercut lap. And actually matched the undercut lap that he did on that lap too. So he's not doing too bad, but yeah, it's just that sense of penalty that I think has ruined his race completely so far. Meanwhile, Henson and Hazard both fighting once again. Henson gets past Hazard now after Hazard tried triggering an undercut. But yeah, the V-carb now is back through They might try and follow each other now. Maybe try and even close Jeremy Saff and Blackburn. These two, yeah, once again, just sort of in their own world. They're not really doing too much at the minute. Meanwhile, D Kits gets a penalty there for track limits. I'm not sure he's got it down it straight, but yeah, we're cutting the lines a bit too much there in the pit lane. But yeah, we'll wait and see. But anyway, Wolfie now is the next one to suffer behind Wisman. Rose got it done at the right time. Unfortunately for Alex, he couldn't do it at the right time, and now both of these two, well, Alex and Wolfie, these two are suffering the most from that. And yeah, you can really tell Wolfie lost about 2 seconds to the guys out in front here on that lap, and Wisman just has no real reason to pit. He doesn't need to pit just yet. He'll probably do a couple more laps on hard tyres and go to mediums, maybe even a little bit longer than that. We don't know just yet, but yeah, that'll probably be round what the game strategy is for the Alpine car, and the same with Baz Brains, in fact. I'm sure we'll be doing that same one strategy. They'll both come out, I think, around where Henson Hazard are, and then they'll be trying to go for the chase to the end of this race, in fact. And meanwhile, right now, Alex here is trying to get back into the DRS of Rose. Hasn't really got the battery to do so right now, and Rose, in fact, is doing his best to manage his own battery and trying to go a little bit further in this race and claim his 7th win of the season in 8 rounds. It's incredible what he's done in all fairness this season, Rose. I mean, even if he wins the title by an absolute landslide in these last couple of races, you can't really dispute that he has done what he's needed to do. He has won every race bar one at the minute, and it looks to stay the same as of right now, unless Alex have anything to say about it or anything else, anything to say about it. As you can tell, he's going quickly, and the same goes for Wolfie right now. Both of these two are going quite quickly. So we are going to be probably seeing some incredible laps set by these guys, but they are using a lot of battery to get back into this. Both of them just about 10%. Rose almost at 40 here, and Kodoy ahead as well. Probably trying to just let these guys go. There is one gone. There should be the second gone in a second as we look on board with Alex. He's trying his best to get further ahead in this race, and there we go. Kodoy does let him go in the end of things, but I'm pretty sure Alex would have loved him to not let him go and go, oh, I could have the DRS instead. But yeah, not really happened for him, unfortunately. Kodoy, in fact, actually instead will get the DRS on Alex here. So it's a little bit of a shame for his race, but he should be getting back up there no time at all, I feel like. Kodoy actually might even overtake Alex if he gets a bit close enough, but yeah, we'll wait and see. Meanwhile, though, Wolfie massively dropped off on this lap. 3.3 seconds behind now. I think he's a big threat now for the win, for the lead of this race at all. In fact, I don't think there'll be any other chance here other than the crash, obviously. I'm going to have to wait and see how that goes. Meanwhile, Blackbone still ahead of Jeremy Saff at the minute. Obviously, Blackbone actually qualified behind him on the grid, but he's got a pretty damn good race going here, Blackbone. And yeah, there's not really been too much else to say for these guys. They've been doing their best. Hazard as well, actually. He's on the two-stop strategy, so maybe he'll be trying to beat out our Henson here, as he's on 6 on hard, so potentially he could go to the end as well, actually. I think he will, in fact, our Henson, as he's up in front, should be going to the end, so I'd assume that he will too. Maybe Hazard here just trying to hope for a bit more extra pace in that Ferrari. Maybe try and do a fast stuff if you can. Any of that sort of stuff will probably help him here, as he was likely going to finish P9 anyway. But yeah, he'll be probably trying to go for these two right here. Kano and D-Kit, both of them have got penalties, but so does Hazard. However, they also have 3 more penalties, 3-6 more to serve, sorry. Meanwhile, though, Baz Reigns, he wants nothing to do with Blackbone, Jeremy Saff fight, and comes into the pit lane there, and he gets a penalty, so that has ruined a lot of his strategy in a minute. But he is in, and he will be probably going on to a set of medium tyres, I'd assume. Rich Sauce is very brave. No, he goes into a set of mediums. He will be using them to the end of the race. He will be clear, miles clear, in fact, of KDOM and D-Kit. But yeah, I think this will be a bit of a lonely race now for Baz. He may have been able to catch up to our Henson, but once again, 10-second penalties are not going to do you too kindly around this track, and I don't think it will do him kindly here in this race either. Meanwhile, Alex here just losing a bit more time here to Rose. There's not really too much he could do at this point. And same with Blackburn and Jeremy Saff. All these two could do is just race like they have been the past many laps. And yeah, there's not really much else to say. I mean, these two enjoy a pretty nice race, all things considered. Blackburn just that tiny bit better, I think, at the minute than Jeremy Saff. Jeremy Saff obviously trying to undercut. Didn't work for him, but he did get a better qualifying position as well. So, yeah. All down to a bit of preference here, I feel like, but I think the race definitely is a bit more important than qualifying, especially where you start and where you finish. So, yeah, Blackburn not doing too bad right now. Jeremy Saff still in DRS though, so I will give him that one. I don't know about these guys' warnings, so we will just have a quick look at that one. Blackburn looks to have got a lap 1 warning and 2 warnings on lap 16, but I'm not too sure what that would really envision there. Jeremy Sapp as well with 2 warnings. Let's wait and see if any of them do get a penalty. So, yeah, let's wait and see on that one. Meanwhile, though, Wolfie, with his second penalty, honestly might not even be affected. He's going to stay P3, and as of right now, the gap in the championship will grow to 20 points as it stands. I believe Rose takes 1 point for pole, gets up to 16 points. Wolfie takes Wolfie takes a point for fast sap, goes back down to 15, and there's a 5-point gap between P1 and the P3. So yeah, 20-point gap. There is a chance for Rose to win the title next race then. And obviously these are all just provisional. I'm not going to 100% guarantee these, but yeah, the extra point for Rose actually could have really helped him. But yeah, unfortunately for him, he was only 8 thousandths away from claiming that fastest lap overall, unless somebody else wants to go and put on a set of soft tyres and try their best at it. But yeah, Wolfie looks to claim another fast lap in this race, but unfortunately for him, he's just not really got any more pace than that. Meanwhile, Caleb and D-Kit actually here getting quite close together. Let's see how these two go. I think D-Kit was round at turn 1, and Caleb also has had a few excursions and a disconnect actually from this race. So he's had quite a lot happen to him. D-Kit as well, having a lot happen to him too. Oh, there's actually a bit of movement there. And D-Kit goes, completely straight on. He uses what I'd only assume is one of the best ways to use his skateboard ever, by just going straight on and then getting resets the track. It makes it go pretty quickly for him. It looked like he tagged the back of Kane on there, but I don't see any visible damage on that car. Let's see. Has he got any weight damage? It doesn't look to be that way, and it doesn't look to be impacting his performance either. But yeah, I'm not too sure. He seems fine. So, yeah. We'll have to wait and see how that goes still. Meanwhile, we have only one guy in DRS at the minute. Actually, 2 people, actually, as Wisburn there takes that extra point away. Oh, it's Wolfie off the track completely. And what happened to him? Well, he's lost about 5 seconds. I assume he's really touched the grass on the outside towards turn 4. Maybe he had a spin, in fact, because he's lost a lot of time here. And Blackbone has caught up a bit more to him now. So maybe that 10-second penalty does matter. And on the same lap as fast as that gets stolen, so does a bunch of his time that he had. So maybe this can be an even more winnable scenario for Rose when he heads into Las Vegas. We'll just have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Wisburn on them medium tyres, there's 10 laps to go. Our heads looks to have let him by there. Definitely looks like a little mistake, but at the same time, there was absolutely no fight there put up by the V-Carb. That looks to be a bit more of a let by to me there for our Henson. He's going to retreat to P7. And Wisburn will try and close up to the 2 in front here. Most namely his teammate, first off, who is getting a nice dose of his DRS on Blackbone. I don't know if these two are even going to make a move at some point. We'll have to wait and see. Yellow's once again here. Is it Codon? I believe it is. I think he's actually letting by the Sauber Wolfie there. As I'm sure he's quite frustrated with himself now. He's at 10 seconds back on the lead of this race. And add another 10 seconds on. You'll be getting closer to these guys once again, and especially if Wisburn comes knocking, we'll have to wait and see if he falls even more places here. And if our Henson even can maybe stick on the back of the Alpine, I don't believe he will, because I think Wisburn will have just such superior grip in the middle sector. I'll have to wait and see here, because look, 4 lap old mediums to 11 lap old hards. this should be a cakewalk for him. There you go. Look, he's already gained half a second in one corner as Kadon goes into the pit lane. Once again, I think for a front wing change, actually looked like it looked like a longer stop than he anticipated. But Hazard now closing up to DK here, who is currently running P9, but I think he has still got more penalties here than Hazard. Yes, he does. And after that for Hazard, I think it would be a lonely road to that ninth spot, obviously, unless other things happen in this race. Meanwhile, though, not really too much else is happening right now. I think Kodoi did just get lapped, if I'm not mistaken. No, he actually been lapped a little while ago. Same with Kadon. Hazard, maybe the Lex get lapped here if Rose and Alex keep going at that pace. But right now, I do need to mention that Alex, in fact, is in DRS. However, he's not got an insane battery in a minute. You can tell here through some of these corners, he's really pushed to try and get back in the DRS. He's got a little bit more pace than Rose, at least when it's just in that clean air section. But obviously, Rose might be managing all that sort of stuff. We don't know just yet. But right now, Alex looks to maybe try and seek into DRS. He can't. Unfortunate for him. But yeah, Rose has a slightly bit more battery than him. As Alex drains his down to the 1% mark, down to absolutely nothing, in fact. He does his best, but I don't think he'll be able to get DRS, at least on this lap. It'll be very close, actually. In fact, there, he does get DRS, in fact, this lap, but will the battery be able to come back for him in time? Rose has about 20% advantage on him. And while it's only 2 tenths, maybe 3 tenths, he'll have again, Wolfie spins again. It's absolute nightmare here for the Sauber driver. This is definitely going to elevate Blackburn and Jeremy Saff now up into that P4, that P3 and P4 spot. These two actually will be fighting for a podium. So yeah, let's wait and see. Wolfie just not having a good race. In fact, let me actually just go back to this. I think I actually said that Blackbone was on for a podium. And oh, Wolfie, we saw that one live this time. He is in a proper spin now. I don't know what is going on, but those rear tyres, I think, are in absolute shambles. And it's just going from bad to worse for him. I don't know what is happening. But, yeah, let's try and see where I said it, actually. Let me have a quick look. Hold on a minute. Oh, no, I said see it and win in the last 3 if all hell breaks loose. But, yeah, no. I think he'll definitely be on pace for podium right now, and I think he'll be quite happy with that one. Meanwhile, these two getting close again here, Alex and Rose, but right now I'm still just waiting for that battery to come back for the Red Bull driver. If it's not going to come back in the way that you'd expect, then yeah, I'm not really too focused on the fight for the lead right now. Then, you know, Rose realistically just has that overwhelming battery. Alex needs to continue recharging it in a better way and somehow staying at DRS regularly, but right now he's losing a little bit more time each time he goes to that middle sector and just bleeds that little bit more than he would have liked. He might be close to that getting DRS down this straight. Let's have a quick look at the timings while we watch these two, Blackburn and Jamie Sapp. These two might actually get quite close to each other as well. Did he get DRS? He does. Down the main straight as well. This is going to be big for his race. He got it by thousands, if that, and that is massive now. He's got to save all that battery once again now under this DRS. He's only 4 tenths back. He should be able to afford a little bit more time loss now in the middle sector, but he didn't get the best exit out of turn 2. He will use a bit more battery just to keep very close. Just put Rose under a little bit of pressure. But yeah, 5 laps left. Now, Alex really needs to recharge his battery, but stick within that 1 second window. If he does that, he's got a good chance of winning this race. But right now, he really needs that battery back. That is his main thing right now. As long as he keeps DRS, that is his main problem. Get that battery back in this race. Yellow flags out there again. Oh, this time it's Wisburn. Wisburn off. I think that's too much curve. Not too much curve, actually. I think it's too much on the outside. Once again, because obviously we go and... Well, I don't think we'll actually be able to see the turn 1, at least at the minute. But yeah, as you probably very well know, as we are going to see, I think, with Hazard D-Kit, if you look to the outside of turn 1, you will see the plume of death, which is grass. And if you push just a little bit too far, you lock up, you go spinning. So, Yeah, I think that's what's happened to Wisburn there. He's behind our Henson now, so let's see, is he able to just maybe keep going in this race? Someone who's actually maybe able to keep going as well in this race, Jeremy Saff, he is close right up here to the back of Blackbone. Blackbone should be feeling the pressure a little bit. Same with Rose now, as both of these two on similar batteries, but Jeremy Saff hasn't got a nice exit so far. He's got a bit more battery, in fact, than Blackbone, but we've also got Wolfie, our Henson, Wisburn, these guys still are in a good fight here at the minute. Our Henson needs to make sure he stays around the Tessica gap for that P5 spot, but Wisburn as well still looks quicker on their mediums compared to our Henson. He really needs to try and hold it back if he wants a P5. And right now, Wolfie, unfortunately for him, has just had an absolute shocker. I mean, that's the main way of putting it here. In a race where he really needed his title hope to stay alive, it has just come completely catapulted back on his face, unfortunately. And yeah, another interesting thing I'd like to note here is that Alex did not get DRS that time. And Rose, yeah, look, he is very intent on breaking it. He used a lot of battery going down towards turn one there. He just got out of it and he was ready to drain most of the resources that he had in that car. Let's wait and see now. Is there any further moves being made at the back here? Jerry Saff just doesn't get the perfect exit that he really wants out of that final stretch. Let's have a look once again. There's a DK gets another penalty there for multiple warnings. He's sitting behind Hazard at the minute, but I think that's P10 solidified for DK anyway. Yeah, I don't know if these guys will be able to make proper inroads at the minute. Jeremy Saff, the main one, I think needs Blackman to make a mistake, or he needs a really nice exit out the final corner, neither of which he is getting in a minute. Yellow flag's like the free. Is that Kodoy once again? I believe it is. As I think he just, I don't know if he's had a mistake or anything here, but Kodoy is maybe a little bit of weaving around here, probably just sort of giving up, maybe saying hi to us as well. Hello, Kodoy. At least thank you if you are watching this stream and just giving us a little wave. But yeah, right now, Rose still controlling the race here at the minute. He has managed to pull away without 1 second once again, and has pulled away with just a little bit extra ERS usage. And someone who hasn't pulled away as yet is Blackbone. But look at the ERS that he's got to play with as well. He's doing pretty damn good for himself as well, P3, because right now it's a fight for the podium between these two. I think that's the main point we've got to look at. I don't think there'll be a fight for the lead here unless once again something insane happens. So yeah, I'm happy to watch these guys. I'm also happy to watch our Henson and Wisburn in a second, actually. As our Henson, honestly, he's on for a P5. And it's all if he can keep Wisburn behind here. And even if not, he's on for a P6 finish, which I think he'll definitely take. Up to positions in a minute. It could be up 3. So let's just wait and see for the final race bits there. Meanwhile, Kodoy just running his own race here, in fact, and is in fact so slow. And this is not meant to be a diss to him, but he is going to get lapped almost by Hazard, which, yeah, it's quite a scene, in all fairness. Meanwhile, Kodoy comes into the pit lane, doesn't give any of these guys any DRS, but I think, yeah, D-Kit, in fact, he's giving Alex a bit of DRS here through these first 7 corners. The lap cars might play a little bit of trouble here. He lets it back by here, but I think Alex just got enough in that first sector. Yes, he does. To get DRS once again. Rose hasn't got much battery to play with, and now Hazel will have to be the one to let by these two, or maybe he just won't. Maybe Rose instead will be the one to get that DRS instead and have that benefit by the end. But right now, we're on the penultimate lap. Kadom and Kodoy have pits, so I think they're going for that fast lap of the race if they can. The fastest lap currently held by Wisdom with 9.5. If they can beat that, then they will be happy with that one. Speaking of Wisdom, though, he's going to be on the inside of our Henson. He dives it. Our Henson tries to go on the outside. Doesn't actually decide that in the end. He wants to try and go in a little bit of a switchback here. But will he have the grip to do so? I don't think he will be able to. He might also need to try and save about 10 seconds. And I don't think he's doing that at the minute either. If he just keeps sticking behind Wisdom, I'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, though, onto the final lap, Rose has cleared Alex, and Alex has got no help from the lap cars this time round. I think this is a done deal here from Rose. This should be win number 7 of this season for him. Obviously, this is about any other things happening to him, but we'll just wait and see here. Meanwhile, Blackburn and Jeremy Sapp, these two must be putting their all out there now for this last lap. Jeremy South, he finally gets the exit I think he wants, but does he have the straight line speed on that Alpine car? We'll have to wait and see. Right now, is anything going to happen between these two for this podium spot? Blackbone using a lot more battery here, but Jeremy South not choosing to use it just yet. Tries to force the defensive move at the Aston Martin, doesn't do so. But now the Alpine should have a decent run down towards turn 4, and he's got the Aston Martin getting that ERS battery on. Is he going to be able to make a move here down towards turn 4? He's using all the batteries, trying everything. There was a little bit of a faint move there to the inside, but I don't think there's going to be anything here for Jeremy South, unless he was trying to make a move a little bit earlier on in the race. Maybe we can try and get DRS on the final lap, but I don't think that's going to be happening for him. But meanwhile, Rose is going to come across the line for his 7th win of the season. It's incredible for Rose. He takes another win in season 14 and has one hand now at the championship. Alex there in P2. Meanwhile, Wolfie has managed to somehow have another issue, and he's right with these guys now. Henson guaranteed P6 if he just stays where he is. Meanwhile, Blackburn and Jeremy South, I don't think it's going to be enough for Jeremy South here. He has got the exit he wants. He's got the DRS, but there's not enough power in that car. Blackboat takes a lovely P3. Wolfie is out? I don't know. He's just parked up. But anyway, Wisburn, he's going to take P5. Henson, P6. Wolfie starts actually retiring the session there. That's interesting enough. Doing that for his constructor's chance as well, interestingly. But Blackbone says finally he is really happy with that P3 finish. Jeremy South should be proud of himself too with that P4. Rose and Alex as well, absolute class above the rest. But yeah, Rose just once again, like it is most this season, just that slight class above. He takes another win here. And unfortunately for Wolfie, it's now likely over unless Rose misses a race in the last two or has a big issue in one of them. I think this is championship done and sealed. We'll just have to wait until Las Vegas to crown him. Rose takes the win. Alex in P2 of Blackbone in P3 by the end of things there. Here's the final standings here. Race for a fast start driving day and by some takes. Apparently the cleanest driver. No one was clean out there today, apparently. No one's clean. But yeah, Wisburn farming the driver of the days, in fact, here. Getting most overtakes and by default driver of the day. But Rose takes the win there from Alex in P2. Great race those two put on. Blackburn in P3. The little bit of stuff went wrong for Wolfie, and he's capitalised on that. Brilliant stuff from him. Jeremy Sapp as well, P4. Great stuff too. Wisburn, nice recovery to P5. Henson, P6 as well. Great race from him. Bass race P7. Great race too. Wolfie, P8 at the end of things. Hazard, P9. Geekit rounds out top 10. Kane on P11. Koloy, P12. And our non-finishers of Graham and Arbnor. It's unfortunate for those two, but yeah, it's been a pretty damn good Brazil race if I do say so myself. Let's just give this a quick look as how it looks now in the constructor standings, at least right now. In all fairness, as you know, Wolfie does get classified. So he does still take, I believe, the points of P8, if I'm not mistaken, unless those aren't updated. They are not updated, in fact, so maybe there's actually might be a bit of an issue here. 1 second, everybody. 1 second. I'd love to try and give you some provisional standings here, but 1 sec. Hold on. Well, no, yeah, no, Wolfie does classify in the end, though, but obviously, because he was ahead of most of the lap cars, he actually gets classified in P8. So, in all fairness, he didn't really lose too much from doing that one, in fact. Let's just very quickly make sure that's represented on here, though, however, because obviously he is still getting classified here in this race. But, yeah, let's have a quick look here at the standings, just to make sure all of these guys are the right people here. So I'll make certain of it. Wolfie, that's Ranger, Henson, Wisman, Jimmy, Blackburn. Right. that should be everyone there. Let's actually give you the updated standings right now. Here we go. Rose leads on 203 points now to Wolfie on 172. The title can be won next race in Las Vegas. Rose just pretty much needs to be anywhere in the top 5, and he should seal it here for season 14. Blackburn as well creates a really nice golf from him to P4, which is now actually Baz Brains, according to this. So he's done incredibly there, Baz Brains, to move up into P4. Alex as well, great race in P2. He is now at P5 in championships. Bluebird drops down 2 spaces. Yeah, team standings as well, mind you. Haas, they built a bit more of a gap on Sauber. Ferrari still have a chance of overtaking the Sauber team. They're 17 points back. There's still a chance of them to do it in those final few rounds, but it also looks like Haas could be winning this title as well. They're 24 points clear of Sauber, and whoa, maths hold on a minute, 41 points clear of Ferrari. I think this will be a pretty easy lockdown here for Haas. Meanwhile, though, actually, down at the bottom of the field, Alpine climb with 3 spots there, with Wisburn and Jeremy Saff scoring very well, in fact. They climb to P7 from P10. Racing Bulls, McLaren, and Williams all go down, but Williams, the worst of it, down 3 spots in the end of things. It's really unfortunate for them, but they are now last. So, yeah. Big shout out, so anyway, to Alex, Rose, and Blackbone, Jeremy Saff as well. All of those guys did an amazing race today, and hopefully we will all see you for our final 2 races here at Las Vegas, and probably the victory lap for everybody, Yas Marina in round 10. I'm Miss Cookie. This has been BRL Season 14, round 8 at Brazil. Blackburn, me, John Day, Funny Alonso picture. Hopefully it happens, mate. Hopefully it happens. I shall see you all later. Goodbye.